Hi there, and thank you for stopping by today. My name is Mohammad Farooq Anwar, and today I just want to start off with a basic overview of what cloud computing is. What we have on our screen here is a few examples of some consumer clouds that you are probably familiar with. So we have Gmail, Facebook, and Dropbox. I have got some terminologies to go through here. Let's start off with cloud computing, and I took this description from Wikipedia. I like this one because it briefly describes computing as the on demand delivery of IT services from a third party provider over the internet. So, looking at our examples, here clearly we have third parties Gmail, Facebook, and Dropbox. You can access these services over the internet. You do so in an on demand way, so you can use them as much or as little as you like. You can do so from pretty much anywhere you have an internet connection. So, these are good examples of cloud services. Now the service is the capability that is being provided by the cloud provider. So going back to these examples, Gmail is an email service, Facebook is an social networking service, and Dropbox is a storage service. We then have the interaction of the provider and the consumer. So it's cloud provider or cloud service provider. Then the consumer. So the cloud provider is the company that offers the service such as Facebook or Gmail, and the consumer is the individual such as yourself or an organization such as your company who are using the services that are provided by the cloud provider. Now with cloud, you typically pay on a pay as you go basis. There are exceptions to this, but this is very common way that you are charged. So that means that you are paid for the amount of the service that you use now. This is very similar to a utility bill. Your electricity bill, you pay for the amount of electricity you use now. You don't pay for the infrastructure, you don't pay for the power station or the grids or the pylons or anything. And that all probably comes as a part of the cost. It always will be reflected in some way on what you pay, but you don't have to pay a base fee. You typically just pay for the amount you use, and that's the same with the cloud services. With Gmail you get free email, but then if you go over a certain amount of storage you have to pay, and the same thing with Dropbox. Similarly for AWS cloud you pay in a similar way. It is per gigabyte rather than for a certain fixed amount of storage. Multi-tenancy is very common in cloud, and this means that you are sharing the service with multiple customers. So obviously if you go to these examples, Facebook has millions of customers, Gmail has millions of customers, and so does Dropbox. So your storage or your files that you keep on Dropbox are not on some kind of dedicated device just for you. They are put on systems that are shared amongst many different customers, so that is multi-tenancy. The final term I just want to cover here is the X as a service. X here can be replaced by a letter that corresponds with the type of service that is being provided. So, for instance, it could be a software, and then we would call it software as a service. It could be a backup capability to backup data, and then we would call it backup as a service. This is the type of service model, and it's the way that the service is delivered to you as a customer. Later on, we are going to cover the service models in a lot more detail. So that's it for this lesson. See you in the next lesson. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon.